Welcome to the Networking and Personal Brand Toolkit. My name is Jeffrey DeSocio, owner-principal of AIMC Business Solutions. So what we'll do tonight is we'll go over an introduction to my company and myself and how I got started. Why is professional networking important today? You'll be very surprised. We'll get your social media profiles in order with focus on LinkedIn, which is the #1 professional social media platform. So how do you plan for business networking events? What do you do first before you go to an event? How do you network at an event? What questions to ask people you meet? And then, of course, there's the follow-up, most important of all. And then we'll go over some closing thoughts and some next steps in Q&A. So about me, I'm the owner of AIMC Business Solutions. We're based in Greater Boston. It's a digital internet marketing company. We provide website solutions, social media management, online reputation management, merchant services, as well as IT consultant services. I am social media certified through Hootsuite Academy. I've been doing social media for well over 10 years. I also been networking for over 12 years and founded one of Greater Boston's best groups called Mass Professional Networking. We do events every month. I'm also a LinkedIn member since 2006, and believe it or not, I have a 28-year IT career, and I'm a Northeastern University graduate. So why is professional networking important today? Let me give you a perspective. So I started going to events in 2007. I've never been networking before that. And I really was taken aback by how positive and amazing and successful the people I was meeting at the event. And it really drove me to actually start my own business 1 year later, 2008, which is AIMC Business Solutions. I've been running the business ever since. But yeah, so first off, I want to say, as I said, networking can help you start your own business. What also a network can do is help you climb the career ladder, because you're going to have a step up against everyone else. You're going to go directly to a hiring manager, or you're going to go directly to a connection that will help you get to a hiring manager a lot quicker than if you were to do the traditional, applying for a job through a job board where your resume will be stuck with another 1,000 resumes. One thing I got to say, networking is a long-term investment. You do spend money, you do spend time, but it's an investment in your career. It's an investment in yourself. It also builds up character and gets you out there in front of people and get that, become that extrovert you always wanted. Networking leads to lifelong friendships. Let me tell you, some of the people I met back in 2007 are some of my best friends today. Business people at network are usually great positive influences to be around. And like I mentioned a little earlier, I was amazed by how positive, friendly, and people smile at events. They're all there to help you. And that way, it also increases your confidence as you push yourself to talk, to connect with other people, because they're all there for the same reason. You can also expand your sphere of influence. The more people you know, the more you can get done. Simple as that. I know a guy. You'll be able to practice and perfect talking about your business. I always say, if you want to perfect your pitch, do it at an event. But what I do ask is that you warn the person you're talking to that I would like to test out my pitch. 30 seconds, 1 minute. Let me know what you think. You can do market research. You can ask people questions. What are their thoughts on this product or this service or how to approach it? Remember, these are professionals like you. They're there for the same reason you are. You don't meet people you normally come across. I've met some amazing people that, honestly, if I went home after work and sat on my couch, I would never meet them. So before you go to events, I always say get your social media profiles in order, particularly LinkedIn. And here's a kind of a running list of what you need to have an all-star profile, which is probably the top level LinkedIn profile. A lot of this is very obvious. A professional profile picture, in a suit, no pictures of you at the beach, not worth it. You want to have a professional header with targeted keywords. Don't have your professional header be your job. Pick about 3 or 4 keywords that you're good at, you're expert at. That should be a professional header. You should have a concise summary with media links. In your summary, remember, you're selling yourself. You're building your personal brand. You want to look good. That's important. Don't be shy with experience. One thing I don't like is I see a LinkedIn profile that's blank. Oh, this is my job and there's nothing under it. List your accomplishments. What are you proud of? Complete your education section. That's key when it comes to networking. Because you network a lot with your alumni, your alma mater. You want to list the schools that you've been to and what you accomplished at those schools. And that's going to help you build your network, with practical examples or recommendations. Last, I say engage, engage, engage. What that means is connect with people, comment, offer your expertise, give them positive influence. You're going to really get the best out of your LinkedIn profile. And I want to leave it with one last fact. Users with a complete profile are 40 times more likely to receive opportunities through LinkedIn. So it's important. Let's get that rocking. So how do you plan for business events? What do you do before the events? I would say get your business cards ready. Now, there's some tools out there online. I like this scanning tool on LinkedIn, the LinkedIn app on your smartphone, that you can actually connect to people at events. But really have a good business card. Just have them ready. Second thing, eat before the event. Now, some of our events we do have food. Some events we don't. So, but it's always awkward eating some spinach when you're talking to somebody else. So really, if you're hungry, eat before you go. And then, when you're at the event, you can have a glass of water or a drink to wash it down. But really, the eating part you got to do first. Know your goals and purpose. So before you go to an event, you want to pick what event you want to go to. What's your goal? You should have a goal, and this is simple. You want to help others, potentially through your products or services or connecting people to other people. But that's a really good goal. Understanding your dress code. Now, it's summer here in New England. People can dress down a little bit, but remember, your dress code is your personal image and your personal brand. Now, if you're into sports, show off your brand. But if you're professional, you're in law, finance, show your brand, dress appropriately. Remember, everyone's there for the same reason. Everyone's there to help others. Now, you get to the event. First, get to the event on time. I always say that because that way, at least you go there, get situated, you look around the room, you kind of see who you want to meet. It's always good to get there on time. If you're shy, ask the hosts to help you introduce to people. Hey, that's what the hosts are there for. One thing we pride at Mass Professional Networking is we want to make sure you're comfortable at our events, you're meeting the right people. Just talk to us, and we'll let you, let us know who you like to meet, and we'll find somebody to meet. That way, it'll break the ice for you. Now, when you're meeting someone and you met somebody, shake their hand, use eye contact and repeat their name. So that way you understand what their name is and it kind of sinks in. One thing you do not want to do, and I did mention this earlier about doing a pitch. Warn them if you do a pitch, but don't do a pitch without asking questions. Ask questions first. Get to know the person you're talking to before you pitch anything. And don't have a roving eye. Roving eye is very rude. You want to have eye contact directly with the person you're talking to. If you're at the point you want to rove, maybe that's the time to end the conversation. So you're wondering at an event, all right, what questions do you ask? You go up to somebody, you ask the old question, what do you do? Now that's a boring question. Somebody's gonna say, okay, I'm a plumber. Great. What else is new? So here's some good questions to break the ice. I always like to ask, what's your biggest professional accomplishment? How did you achieve it? And that's always good to know. You want to find a mentor for yourself. Speaking of that, who is your favorite business mentor? Is it somebody you worked with, or is it even a celebrity? It's okay to have a celebrity as a mentor. If you're following somebody, I do. I like Grant Cardone, Gary Vaynerchuk, and all that. Who is your favorite? What is your favorite business book? That's a good break the ice. Now, if you're an entrepreneur looking to meet other entrepreneurs, this will tell you right away if the person's an entrepreneur or not. What books do they read? Now, if they're in sales or have a business, what is your perfect client? And here you are, you're trying to help others. You want to introduce people to other people. Great question. What is your top marketing or networking strategy? Now, let me tell you one thing. That's a great tool because especially if you're very new to networking. Ask others how they network, and it'll be amazing. It'll amaze you how they'll give you tips, and then you'll become a rock star networker yourself, right? What's your favorite business networking group? You're gonna say Mass Professional Networking, so I'll pass that. What other talents do you have? I play guitar. It's great to meet others that play guitar. And I tell you, it that breaks the ice. The whole key is breaking the ice with others and building trust. You trust others, and then eventually, 7 or 8 times into it, you're doing business with that person. And it is the most important of all, if there is one. Of course, preparation and making the most of the event, but follow up after the event. I always like to send a nice to meet you email within 24 hours of an event. Personalize it, mention something you chatted about. You're building that trust with each other. I always like to connect on LinkedIn with anyone I meet at a business networking event. Everybody I meet, I like to connect on LinkedIn. You may not do anything with that person right away, but you never know, 4 years later, you may need to connect with that person to talk about something. I always like to hold off on other platforms unless you become friends. Like I always think of Facebook as more friends. The exception there is if you're a B2C business, business to consumer, where Facebook's probably a little bit better for that type of a business. I always recommend the initial meeting to be on the phone. You can meet in person, depending on schedules, but really, in reality, the phone's best first to just make sure that it's worth your while. Now, when you're connected to someone, here's a great one for, especially for sales folks. Remember people's birthdays and anniversary events. You can always send a milestone message to them because what you're doing is you're building that personal connection. Last but not least, give first. Remember, you're there to help others. You're not there to help yourself. You're here to help others when you're at a networking event. All right, so when I do this presentation live, I usually ask the class to work with a partner to review what they're doing at events. So I'm interested to hear from you. Leave some comments here on this video. What do you do? What works for you at a networking event? What engaging questions you ask? What are you struggling with? Let me know if you're struggling with anything because it's important to get it out in the open confidentially because right now today business networking is it. It is the way businesses are built. 3 out of 4 small businesses are built, and networking is a great way to build your business network. Now, my company, AIMC Business Solutions, we have a networking and personal branding toolkit. It's based around planning, branding yourself, and executing. So we would help you plan and strategize what events are best for you. Simply call us. Say, I want to get out there networking. We'll ask you some questions. What events make sense for you? Do you want to learn? Do you want to network with others like you? Are you there to build your own business, help others? What are you doing? Branding yourself. Now that was a little bit earlier, if you remember your LinkedIn profile. You want to brand yourself. You want to review your LinkedIn profile and make sure it stands out from your competition and get you noticed. You want to be a magnet. You want people to go to you. You don't want to be going to others. And then execute. You're shy. You need a chaperone events. Let us know. We'll be there for you. Now, normally our packages start at $99, and I'll just tell you, it's customized. It really depends on what we're doing for you. We don't have a set fee. We run a lot of specials all the time. You go send me an email at jeff@aimcbizsolutions.com if you're interested. So all I say is if you need a jumpstart weekend networking, let's join my group, Mass Professional Networking, on Facebook and LinkedIn. You can go to our events. They're mostly in the Boston area. We are starting some events down in Florida too during the winter. So that's Treasure Coast, Florida Professional Networking. Try our kit out. What else you got to lose? You could spend $100 on a bad meal, or you can spend $100 on helping your career. If you need help with your social media plan or need a business assessment, also contact us. My contact information is right there on the bottom. We also do responsive websites, all sorts of business services for you, including social media management, merchant services, and print services. So I hope you enjoyed our presentation. Jeff DeSocio, AIMC Business Solutions. This is Business Networking 101, personal brand. And have a great day and get out there and network and be a rock star.